All right, this is going to be part two of Hypergamy Doesn't Care, my personal story regarding my friend Luis Lopera that was killed by the father of the stepdaughter he was raising, Sophia. And he was the baby daddy of the mother he was married to, his wife, Maxine. And I just wanted to do a part two and kind of show you the case and get a better look of who Lewis was. And it's totally true. This is not people making stuff up. He was a genuine salt of the earth guy. Who they say he is, you know, a lot of people will upon death, maybe raise their status, and that's not Lewis. This is who Lewis was. And by the way, I said he was 30. The guy was older than me. He's in great shape, guys. He really was. So anyway, let me just show you who Lewis was and a little bit of the story. But hypergamy don't care. They don't care if he lost his life raising a girl that wasn't his, and the father of the girl killed him.
Deputies say around 5:30 on New Year's Eve, 25-year-old Luis Armando Rojas went to his ex-wife's home in the 18,000 block of Whitcomb near Barker Cypress and Clay Road to talk about their 5-year-old daughter. Apparently, Rojas began arguing with his ex-wife's new husband, Luis Ernesto Lopera. Deputies say that's when Rojas allegedly pulled out a gun and shot Lopera multiple times. The 41-year-old victim was taken to the hospital where he later died. Rojas fled the scene. Authorities say he's been charged with murder and a warrant has been issued for his arrest.
Whenever anybody meets Luis, you notice his presence. Almost like he had this glow around him. I just was instantly attracted to him.
If you ever met Luis, you remember the first time you meet him. Because he's got all the confidence in the world, and he's able to back it up.
My favorite thing about Luis is he was always willing to help.
He thought more about others before he did himself.
He always made people feel special.
Everyone who meet again have the best impression.
My close type person, no matter what he did, he would always try to connect with people.
He was my best friend. He did everything. He was so adventurous, so loving, so caring, just for even somebody he didn't even know off the street.
Everybody loved my daddy, but because he was so nice and I loved him so much.
My brother loved comics. Loved is an understatement. He was passionate about comics.
He loves superheroes. He got comic books about superheroes.
Yes, he loved Superman. He loved, all the powers he had. And
Loved soccer. He was very involved with that. He loved his dogs. Loved his animals.
loved his cooking. Thanksgiving was his favorite holiday, and we knew to get out the way because we were in for a treat.
He always had great ideas about how he was going to better himself in the future, how he wanted to provide for his wife and daughter.
I think the thing that's important to talk about Luis was that he got to the point where he just, he realized the quality of man he wanted to be, and he worked really hard to be that man.
He was a very good guy. So that's why it makes it extremely hard for anybody to accept this.
Sophia's father, Luis Rojas, we knew each other since the 4th grade. As far
I want to just mention what she says. I don't know Maxine. I knew Luis. I saw Maxine. We didn't interact. But again, not talking bad. You're calling this man the baby's father. She refers to him as father, but yet he murdered her husband. I mean, it for whatever reason, it rings with me wrong. You're gonna call this man a father? I don't even think he was in her life that much, but to her, he holds status. I'm just saying, to me, that signals status to me. She knows who the father is. Luis was stepdad. I'm just saying, I don't like the sound of it. But I think your language is signaling, you signal things through your language that you don't even realize. That's subconscious.
I've known him, I've always known of him having a crush on me since we were kids. He's always had a violent history ever since I can remember. Always bullying other kids. He's always had guys.
Yet that didn't prevent her from fathering a child. I mean, you see, but again, sexuality has no morality. You know, there was something about him she loved. There was something about him that aroused her. You know. So, and Luis was none of that. Luis could fight. Luis, I mean, he could. I'm not saying he just chose not to. He was a good man.
The house, almost like really paranoid, jealous.
Beta male.
Extreme jealousy.
Beta male. Insecurity.
We began getting in like physical fights. He threatened me, put a gun to me, and told me if you...
But didn't he display that behavior prior to bullying kids, being violent? And yet again, these are choices, and we're not talking bad about, I'm not talking bad about Maxine. These are facts. These are coming out right here. And I love Luis. and men, I want men to do better. I don't want to see another Luis. Luis is a great man. May he rest in peace. And may we never have another one of these if we can prevent it.
I will kill you. Can't have my daughter growing up thinking that it's okay for a guy to point a gun in your face, for a guy to spit in your face. I just couldn't have that, and I said, I'll die trying to get her out of this. That's where I ended up meeting Luis.
Her problems are not your problems. And, if I didn't say this correctly, what I want to say is hypergamy don't care. Hypergamy, she doesn't care. And I'm not going hard. This is not a moral thing. She's a beautiful woman, by the way, and he had a beautiful wife. And I don't know what she's doing now. But my point is that, you can still love stepmothers. You can still love women who have children with other men. Okay? But my opinion is to not get in their children's lives. I know the paradigm may be hard to pick up, but that's a beta effing thing you're going to do. And women don't respect that. Hypergamy don't care. What I propose, because even at my age, I'm 50, am I going to meet women with kids? So if I said don't date single mothers, I'd be an idiot, And there are wonderful women that are single mothers. But I'm not getting involved with your children. I'm dating you. I'm loving you. And your life with your children, your life with your baby daddy, that is your life. I love from my space. You can come and get in where you fit in my life, because I'm only going to deal with high interest women. So get in where you fit in. If you don't fit in, if you can't get in where you fit in, then get the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? That's how you have to be, guys. Okay? You don't have to move in with them. You don't have to be the father of their children. But you can date single mothers. You can love single mothers. It's not hatred for single mothers. It's knowing the game, love of the game. And the game is hypergamy don't care. Luis is gone. Luis loved her daughter, and it did him nothing. He's no longer here. And she still calls the man who killed him the father. I mean, sorry, it's going to rub me the wrong way. And other people are going to see it different. Don't give a damn.
And that's when my life began. Yeah.
Before Maxine, he was just a playboy, a pretty boy.
Yeah, Luis player, baby.
Girls all the time. Then he finally met Maxine, and suddenly he started calming down.
Maxine, he loved her to death. She made him very happy, and
she did.
He made her very happy. And
they seem very genuine.
About a month later, he met Sophie, and I think that was...
He definitely loves Sophie, 100%.
Sophia wasn't his. He was already playing with her as if she was. He was already
100%.
taking care of her, doing everything in the world to possibly keep her and Maxine happy.
He loved Sophia. He loved her tremendously.
100%.
She called Luis daddy. He pretty much raised her. I mean, he showed as a father figure for all those years.
Well,
There you go. Stay calm. Don't freak out, Pia. Just keep going.
It's exactly who he was. Exactly who he was. That ain't fake.
Daddy was always nice to me and he loved me so much.
Like, Luis had pretty much taken on the role of kind of dad, super dad, man of the household, and he did everything he could to raise and help his family.
Happy birthday, dear Sophia the Great. Happy birthday to you. Yay!
He would tell me some stories. I mean, he would tell me about, issues of, the ex-boyfriend, saying unpleasant comments or aggressive tone toward him.
He actually had a timeline of the time he first met Maxine to his first encounter with Luis Rojas. When he first met Maxine, he put in there dating Maxine. It was only month and year, but the next one said, finally met Luis Rojas, and he had one thing in there that stood out. Parentheses, prank calls start.
We would get constant prank calls. It would start off with little annoyances like that.
This timeline had more than a year, more than 2 years in there. Every single line said prank calls, continue, prank calls, prank calls. He got tired of writing so much, he just put prank calls.
I remember one day telling him that, yeah, that's wonderful, but, Lord forbid something happens. What good is a Excel spreadsheet of, all the times you two disagreed?
I told Luis that a piece of paper isn't going to stop a bullet, and I wish I hadn't been right.
Who keeps a timeline of somebody if they're not worried about him? Who does that? That he knew something was going to happen, and I just don't think he knew how.
He knew, and he told me it was probably 3 weeks prior, maybe 3 weeks prior. Told him the same thing. You need to get out. You need to go. I told him report it to the authorities. 22 years with Houston Police Department, retired. And I said report it to your local police. I said get a protective order, but you got to get out, bro. And he didn't. Hypergamy don't care, man. That's why I do this. I don't care, ladies. They come in and they don't like my message, but this is why I keep doing it. This is what I do it for.
I don't think anybody in the right mind would have expected it would have gone to the point where my brother was killed.
It was December 31st, New Year's Eve, and we were supposed to head over to Luis's brother's house, Alex. All of a sudden, we just see these legs walking across our lawn. It was Sophia's father, and he was...
Sophia's father. Yet Luis has raised her. But he still gets... I mean, I understand factually that's what's up, but I wouldn't give him that, I wouldn't be that nice if I was her. I'm just saying, I'm going to be judgmental just the way it is, man. I'm Team Luis, dude. I'm sorry, dude. I can't be impartial. I calling that guy his father's the killer is what it is.
Very upset. So he goes to the front and I follow him. And
I say, she knows who the father is. They respect that. Women know who the father... I've said that in my other videos. Women know who the father is. And you be beta trying to raise that kid. As loving as it is, hypergamy don't care. You're beta.
Immediately, Sophia's father they just start arguing.
At that time, Marcy and Luis already were behind the door.
When I'm looking at Sophia's father, I can just see that there's this rage in his eyes, that he's so filled with anger and nothing I say is going to matter.
He responded, pushing the door in. Marcy was pushing the door out and he pushed the door in.
He kicks the door open and my husband Luis is screaming, no, no, no. And they just start fighting.
In the next 10 or the second, a chat, and I saw Luis fell on the floor instantly.
Everything happened so fast, and I just remember looking down, and Luis, my husband, is laying right here on the ground, and it just looks like he's taking a nap.
I jumped on top of Luis. I start to call it. I thought to my guy, don't kill my son, please don't kill my son. And I put my arm on my son Luis' head, and they was telling Luis, please don't die.
Sophia had come down, and she saw her dad laying here.
Sophie came down from her room and told to Luis, Daddy, Daddy, wake up, Daddy, wake up. She didn't know that she wasn't able to wake up.
I can't describe it. It's losing your mind, literally, you know.
I bury here, he told me, take care of Sophie, Marcy, Alan, and you. When he said you, was the last word his mouth pronounced. I lift his chest, and I saw a big hole in his chest, and when I realized that he was dead, that means he died in my arm.
So this is Luis, my husband's blood here on the carpet. I remember when I first came back home for the first time, there was just a stain here. And I just laid on it and I just cried. I just replayed that day over and over in my head and think what I could have done differently.
Since that day, I have no single minute of peace or happiness. The damage will be forever.
I just miss him. I just miss everything about him.
I mean,
There you go. Real quick. Hypergamy don't care. That's the story. That's who Luis was. That's the tragedy. And this is why we need to do this stuff. This is why we gotta learn. Just play a real short part.
running, oh yeah, baby, to see you again. Winter, spring, summer will fall. Now all you got to do is call, and I'll be there, yeah, yeah, yeah. You've got a friend.
There you go. Hypergamy don't care. That's all I want to say. I think we learned a lesson. But that's who Luis was. We love him. We miss him. And be careful out there, gentlemen. See you on the next one.